again. Where did we have to go? Anyway, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What's happening? What's going on? Happy Saturday, in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks create a side income using social media. Welcome. Good to see you. Hey, a pretty decent hour, if I might add. As you're joining me live, let me know where you are coming in from. That would be nice. Excuse me. I am from Southern California. So as you're joining me live, would be nice to know where you are from. What is going on? Hey, Glow, what is happening? Victoria, Jonathan, Mary, Tracy, Joella, Glow, Coco. So, what is happening? I have to be careful with some of you on TikTok with your usernames because, yeah, gotta be very careful. Let's see, Grandma, Juanita. Hey, Novita, how are you? Welcome. I see you on Facebook. How are you? Welcome, you guys. Yes. All right, let me get started. I have a couple things, a confession to make first to all my followers and audience. So today was the first time, I don't know in how long, that I did not post anything. I don't think I've ever had, I don't remember. So today was the only day, the first day I can think of that I didn't post a quote of the day. I didn't post the daily scripture of the day. So I didn't post anything at all. In fact, this is the only thing I'm gonna do for the day. After this live, I am done. We had our conference today, our convention today, and I was supposed to be there, but last minute, literally last couple days, I plans changed and I had to stay, and they weren't going to stream it, so it was just a hectic day. Okay, hectic day. Yeah, they weren't streaming it, so it was just a mess. So today was a little it was cool because this company they just launched a couple of new products, and it's just amazing what these guys do. But it was supposed to be all in person, and they weren't doing any virtual, so it kind of sucked because I bought my tickets and I lost my ticket. It's just too late to get a refund or sell it, so lost money there. It's okay. It's all right. And couldn't get the whole experience of the whole event. I got chunks here and there. People were like streaming from, you know. So anyway, it was the first day that I didn't post anything. I didn't post a quote or daily scripture, and that is very unlikely of me. But hey, sometimes that is okay. Yeah, I feel like I could take one day. You know what it does though? It kind of screws up with your algorithm and numbers. I've noticed, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I did a live on that maybe a few weeks ago. Um, Pauline Stowe. That's what's up. Carol. All right, let's get into it. So tonight, I want to talk about the statement: if I knew what I know now back then, Have you ever said that? Have you ever, if drop a one in the comments if you have said that? Like you have said, oh, if I knew what I know now, like 20 years ago, I'd be like a superstar, you know, superstar. Drop a one. Okay, so at least Glow is honest. One, and then drop a two in the comments if you've actually heard somebody say that to you. I could drop twos all day if you've heard that from somebody else. Like somebody else said, "Ah, if I knew what I know now, then you know." And that's a pretty interesting statement because when you really get into that statement, I don't know if it's really true. I have a hard time believing that statement. I don't think I've said that before myself. I don't remember saying that myself. It's probably not something that um, I would say. I can't think of an occasion where I've said that. I don't think I have. But for me, it makes it. I don't know if it's true. So let me ask you this: so you would like to be 20 years old and think like a 50-year old? How weird would that be around other 20-year-olds, right? Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I'll follow back for sure. If you're not following me, hit that follow. Let's go. Let's do this already. Follow me. I am super duper awesomeness. Cheryl, how are you? Eli, what is good? Nissy, right? So you want to be like, I want to be 24 years old, but I want to think like a 60-year-old. It's like, really? That wouldn't be weird? That would like not be strange to you? I would think that would be really strange. Like if I were 25 years old and I talked like now and talked like I was 60, that would be a little weird around everybody else. At the same time, I wouldn't want to be 52 years old and think like a 20-year-old, right? Because yeah, right? That would be like kind of totally weird. It'd be like, wait, what? You People wouldn't have like it would be just like weird. Dolphin duet, right? So this whole thing that if I knew then what I know now, if I knew this, and I don't, I I have a hard time buying into that because I never wanted to be like 24 years old and think like I'm 60 because I feel like I've gone through. You got to go through those stages. You got to hit 25 and then think like a 25-year-old. Like yesterday, for example, like I was talking to somebody and I asked them, I said, "How old are you?" And he said 24. And we continued our conversation. And I told him, I said, "I just turned 52 2 weeks ago." And the first thing out of his mouth was, "Wow." See, a 24-year-old can't really think that far. 52. So for us to say, "Oh, if I knew what I know now, then," and this and so it would be really weird to be like 20 or 18 or like 25 years old and then have this much like life experience, life mileage, and know this much and have gone through this much. That would be really weird. That would be awkward. That would be strange. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. You'd be like, "Wait, you're 24 and you what? You don't act like a 24-year-old. You don't think like a 24-year-old. You don't speak like a 24. You actually think, act, and walk like a 60-year-old. How's that a compliment?" No, that's not a compliment. I mean, I I don't think I would. I don't know if I would take that as a compliment. I'm trying to think if I were. I'm trying to think exactly where I was at 24, and if somebody said, "Oh, you think like a 60-year-old," I'd be. I don't know. I don't think I would like that a whole lot. Sana June, what is going on? How are you? Tammy, what is going on? Only blue, sunflower girl. So drop your three in the comments if you agree with me. If now you see like saying that, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. 64 my age does bother, does or does not. I feel like you meant to say does not bother me at all. Yeah, but you wouldn't want to be trapped in a 24-year-old body and age and think and talk and walk like you do right now. Would you? Does not, right? Would you? I mean, that would be awkward. That would be weird, right? You don't want to be 20 years old and then walk, talk, and just act like you do today, right? That would be kind of strange with all your life experiences, with all you've gone through. It'd be like kind of weird. You'd be people around you would be like, it's like I don't know if you remember. There have been a couple of occasions where like these kids, these geniuses, right? They're like 10 years old and they're in college, and there was a time when I was in college 300 years ago. Um, there was this kid that I got tutored from. He was 11. I'm not kidding with you. I was in college. He was tutoring me calculus, and he wanted to be a brain surgeon, and his plan was to be a brain surgeon by 15. I'm not even kidding. How many friends do you think he had? I'll wait. None. It was hard for me to talk to him. And I was like 22, 23. It was hard for me to speak to him. Right? Rob, how are you? Karma June. That's funny. Right? It was awkward for me to talk to him. And he had literally no friends. He was very lonely. His dad would come pick him up. His dad would drop him off. It was just his dad, this. And he was just a brain. But I don't think he lived life. So this whole statement that if I knew what I know now, then, and I don't think that's a really good way of thinking, because then it would eliminate that journey. It would eliminate the way you got here. It would eliminate all your experiences. It would eliminate all you've learned. It would eliminate all you've gone through, right? And it would be like a shortcut. It's like you wishing for overnight success. It just doesn't work out that way. Trust me, I've tried, right? So I'll leave you with this. You may be right. You may be right. You may be right in saying, if I were, then I would have started. Or if I would have, you may be right in that. Or maybe the perfect time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Maybe. But today, you will be the youngest you'll ever be. Think about it, right? Right now, you're the youngest you'll ever be. Now, youngest, right? So this is the youngest you'll ever be. Now that statement could be valid right now, and you could give it life again in 10 years. You can come back in 10 years and say, oh, if I knew what I know now, 10 years ago. So that statement may be dead right now, but if you don't do anything now, this statement, you could possibly give it life again in 10 years, 5 years, 20 years. So yes, the truth may be, maybe it was time to plant that tree 20 years ago. Maybe that was the right time. But then today is also the right time. That may have been the first right time, but today is the second time you get a chance to plant that tree. You don't want to come back in 20 years and say, 20 years ago, I should have planted that tree. Right? So the statement may be dead right now. What I'm encouraging for you not to do is give it life in 5 years or 10 years. Do what you got to do. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what your heart and soul tells you. If you're into praying, pray about it and pursue your purpose. Don't come back in 10, 20 years and say, oh, if I knew what I know. I don't even know how that statement, the whole thing goes. I have to Google it. Yeah, so don't give it life. Don't feed it, don't give it life. You don't want it to come back and haunt you in a few years. So with that, hopefully you guys got some love. Oh, I gotta tell you this too. If you send me a message, a text, a chat, whatever if you have, I haven't responded, obviously. I haven't been on social media. I've been on social media because I've been watching our conference, but I haven't done any activities. Like I said at the beginning of the live, today was the first day that I haven't posted a quote of the day or daily Bible scripture of the day. So it was just one of those days. It is what it is, right? But the live continues. I gotta do my lives. I just I feel like I'm not complete if I don't do a live. You know what I mean? It's been 21, I think 15 now, something like that. 21, 15, 21, 16, something like that. That I've been going live, 2,100 lives in a row. So with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration. I'll get back to you guys tomorrow. I'm shutting off the phone. I'm shutting off for the night. And we'll come back stronger tomorrow. You know how it is. And yeah, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love. Tag a couple of people. If you're not following me, follow me. I am pretty awesomeness. I'll be the first one to tell you. And with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks create a side income using social media. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again.